Hey everyone. How lovely. How nice. My name is Dominic Berry. I am a slam poet. If you're not familiar with who I am, why would you be? Why would you be? I'll tell you, this week's been a particularly exciting week for me. I've just won a big award for Saboteur's Best Spoken Word Artist in the UK. I've been booked to be the poet in residence at this year's Glastonbury Festival, and more impressive than any of that, this is my first tour in the Southern Hemisphere. So I'm really appreciative of the opportunity for me to share some of my poetry with you here today. That's really lovely. I'm going to begin with a sweeping assumption, I hope you don't mind me saying, but looking around at the faces who are here today, I'm guessing we're all friends of depression. I mean, it's lunchtime and you've chosen to hear poetry. I know Karen has worked very hard and tried to tart it up with like, oh, it's not all doom and gloom. You've chosen to hear poetry. For which I'm really grateful. I mean, you could just be like in your flats watching telly, couldn't you? It's a fact that every time a new person watches The Real Housewives of Auckland, a small, fluffy, cute, homosexual kitten dies. It's fact. It's so much better to see live art. It's fantastic. So something that has really helped me with my depression for sure is coming to events like this. I don't just mean performing, I just mean like sat in the crowd. These events are magnets for awesome people. So I'm going to start with a poem that just celebrates events like this, and it's a form poem. It's an 8-line poem. It's a triolet. If you don't know what a triolet is, it is art as fuck. This is my triolet for you. It goes like this. Awash with cheer, my flood of friends, whose words are wet with wit and glee, share juice and beer. Your laughter mends, awash with cheer, my flood of friends. I'll join you here, for this time sends my sorrow somewhere far from me. Awash with cheer, my flood of friends, whose words are wet with wit and glee. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite a demanding poet. I do like really short poems and expect really loud applause after them. I mean, some of the lyrics, like 5 lines, and by fuck do I want, accolade for those 5 lines. So I don't know if it's the same in New Zealand. In the UK, there's this massive war raging between the slam poets and the page poets. Ooh. You can tell us slam poets because we're really good at doing this with our hands. Really, really sexy when we do that with our hands. But there are academics who claim that it is impossible to be sexy with your hands like this and be good at words. They are mutually exclusive skills. If you're good at one, you must be rubbish at the other. The two worlds can never combine. That is what the academics claim. And to those academics, I say, I start my set with a triolet, motherfuckers! In this set today, you're going to be hearing, motherfucking limericks. You're going to be hearing some motherfucking I-ams, yeah? Motherfucking multi-syllabic rhymes. I've only recently started wearing a cap on stage, which means I now have to say words like motherfucker. It's contractual to the image. So I know what you're thinking, all this poetry is all well and good, but when do we get to see Dominic Berry's penis? Well, it's funny you should bring that up. Early in my poetry career, I was invited to perform my poems for a group of nudists. I was told that everyone in my audience was going to be naked. But I added, you don't have to take your clothes off, Dominic. You don't have to take your clothes off, Dominic. You don't have to take your clothes off, Dominic. But you know, when in Rome. So, it'll amaze you to learn that us professional slam poets, for this is my job, I'm a professional, we're not all millionaires, and often when bookers try and entice us to a less than well-paid gig, they'll say stuff like, Sky Arts might be filming it, and Sky Arts are never filming. But on this occasion, at the nudist gig, there was a Channel 4 crew there, and as I lowered my boxer shorts in front of their cameras, I thought, Might this be a mistake? Well, they used the entirety of my poem and the entirety of my penis on a show with a not at all creepy name, My Daughter, the Teenage Nudist. Nothing wrong with that name. What a lovely name to choose to give the show. Excellent. I'll say it really slowly in case you want to write down Google image search. It's My Daughter, the Teenage Nudist. So I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to choose to not show you my penis today. I think 2 reasons. One, it's a university booking. I don't know how encouraged that is. And secondly, I've not had a haircut. But I would love for all of you to enjoy my penis in the comfort of your own homes, because the show is online. It's easy to find, absolutely easy. My penis is nothing if not instantly accessible. So it'll shock you to learn that I'm a homosexual poet. I know that. There's a staunch figure of masculinity and testosterone. So in front of you, there's a whole row of women on the front, and you can't see. But when I said about being homosexual, their faces devastated, mortified. So I speak about homosexuality quite a lot in my work. I've got a little collection of poems. We've got quite a classy collection. It's called Kevin Costner's Bottom. It's poems predominantly about Kevin Costner's bottom. If you don't know who Kevin Costner is, this is his bottom. And I was worried that was a really niche thing to create a whole section of poems about, so there's also quite a lot in here about action-adventure games on the PlayStation 1. I'd like to share with you, please, the opening poem, which is called I Was Made Gay by Kevin Costner's Bottom. You can see all of Kevin Costner's bottom when he showers beneath a waterfall in the 1991 hit Hollywood movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I know it's definitely his bottom, not merely some stunt bottom. For one evening on 91, on the television show Wogan, television presenter Terry Wogan interviewed Costner and asked him, "Is that your bottom?" And Costner said yes, and I wonder if Terry Wogan felt then how I feel now about seeing Costner's magnificent, glistening, wet, bottom. The problem is, in the 1991 hit Hollywood film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, other things happen besides Kevin Costner sharing his bottom. Some of the other characters end up killed by arrows through their chest dead. When I was 11 years old, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was the most violent, terrifying thing I had ever seen. Why would any man choose to commit a violent act against another man? Wouldn't the world be better if men put down their fists and weapons and anger and just used their hands to gently caress each other's bottoms? You may applause! Yes! Hello those who've just arrived, my name's Dominic. I'm going to share with you a poem with not one, not two, not 23, but 24 consecutive multi-syllabic rhymes. Yeah, I know, right? None of them are forced or tenuous. It's one of my gaming poems. It's about being so addicted to online gaming you can't tear yourself away, so you end up shitting yourself. We've all been there. So this is my poem, it's called Call of Duty. Made a grave miscalculation, playing games for this duration. Call of Duty's core fixation, gorge on junk food. Fat inflation. Wi-Fi's bad in this location. How you hate the host's migration. Online lag can cause frustration. Not as much as this. Sensation. In your gut there's a vibration. In your colon a gyration. It's not your imagination, you need to poo.
defecation. Feel your stool's acceleration in your cruel incarceration. This is the sexy bit of the poem. Mouth is dry exasperation in your pants discoloration. Here it comes, it's your damnation for not leaving your PlayStation. Here it comes, the situation is your bowels evacuation! After this emancipation, swell the smells of celebration. You have won the game. Elation meets trouser annihilation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was a character poem, a piece from another person's perspective. I've not really shit myself. It's important for you to know it is a character piece, not a lie. Poets cannot lie, never lie. It's against our DNA, it's impossible. But I'm playing character. I'm not really very good at video games. I would never win a video game, with or without the aid of fecal matter. It just wouldn't happen. I'm what is known as a noob. Are we familiar with that phrase, noob? Oh, some are. Noob is just someone who's rubbish at video games. So my next piece is about me being rubbish at video games, trying to be cool online. But can you imagine my surprise when I found out not everyone on the internet is polite? Can you Adam and Steve it? My goodness. So here's a little poem about that, because of this. In my plight to fight virtual roughs, embroil in some online fisticuffs, combine our divine skills, high thrills on that mighty fine brawler called Mortal Kombat. I engage with the game when the aim's to maim. I came for acclaim, but the lame feel no shame. So when I lost to his flawless victory, I PM to applaud his glory. His message back was really rude. 4 syllables, don't come back, noob. Me? Tragedy! A blow so low's no joke, you see. I can't believe I've received such grief and dramas from a zombie ninja wearing bright yellow pyjamas. Noob, that name, gave such pain. I came to range from every game I ever played to wish he stayed offline. When I started, I could dart through his heart on my Mario Kart. Kick him like in FIFA when I'm scoring a goal. Flick him round the cheek with my big Elder Scroll. Little Big Planet won't bring him back joy. When I see him, I'll knee him in the sack, boy. No foes, so forbid he go toe to toe. Oh, who am I kidding? Noob, me? I agree, I'm as absurd as Flappy Bird. How can I be so cowardly? Even seeing his Nintendo makes me want to. Wait, what's this? Gleaming on the screen. How could I miss a trophy? While he's trying to boast, my PS3 rewarded me for dying the most. Brutality won't madden me. Rise from my fatality. I won't care if he is rude, but come back proud to be a noob. Thank you very much. Cheers. Wow, you are so fabulous. Could it be that we've gathered under one roof all the most fabulous and sexually attractive people of Palmerston North? Yes, is that possible? You are so fabulous. You're nearly as fabulous as the gay sex app Grindr. That's how fabulous you are. If you're not familiar with the gay sex app Grindr, it's just the bee's knees, it's lovely. Apart from all the racism and body shaming, those bits are terrible, but the bits where men meet up and have a jolly old good time together, those bits are lovely. I am a member of the Grindr community. It's jolly nice. I think that sometimes people join Grindr though, and they're not particularly honest with their motives. You can say what you're seeking on there. I'm here for romance. Oh, I'm here for new friends. I'm here for networking. That's a thing you can put. Jones, have you sealed the deal with the Bank of New York? Yeah, I'm on Grindr now, boss. Like all these social media things, you write a little introduction to describe your personality so you can... a really common Grindr profile is words to this effect. This is how many gentlemen on there choose to introduce themselves to the world.
I'm too good to be on this app amongst all you cheats and liars.
A really positive way to say hello to the world.
The only reason I'd ever be on here, I'm already in a very stable, loving, monogamous relationship. I just use Grindr to speak to my friends.
Which might be true, but then the photo is inevitably a man wearing no shirt squeezing his own nipple, which I think sends mixed signals. Now, coming out as gay was really difficult, like so challenging, but it wasn't as scary as the day that I chose to say to everyone,
I'm coming out as a vegan. All right, maybe not today. I'm afraid, don't single me out from the pack, anything but that. I would love to be an ace, king, Jack the lad, rugged and mean, but no. I know I am a celery-munching queen. I'm a sappy, soppy fruit, can't change the hand I have been dealt, it's limp as watercress. I confess I ravish radishes, crave Brussels sprouts, but I'm a closet vegan. I'm not coming out. Oh, I've tried to be like those beef stocky guys raised on pork pies. Tell me I'm normal, I will sacrifice any lamb if you tell me I am one of the gang and not a gooseberry anything but that. And so, my queer desires I keep under lettuce wraps. I just want to step out of the poem for a moment. I notice you're making notes. You could just put that like best metaphor I've ever heard. it's actually an extended metaphor. The next line, I'm going to look at you and just like look really impressed. So I'll say that line again and just flow into there. Are you ready? Yeah. You've got to write and look impressed, multitask. And so my queer desires I keep under lettuce wraps. But like any iceberg, most of me's concealed. Because an iceberg's a lettuce and yeah. I know, right? I know. But like any iceberg, most of me's concealed. I still secretly savour celeriac. Prefer asparagus to veal. The only blood I sucks from orange, it sends me to nirvana. In my bedroom under quilt, I'm peeling my banana. Then I chew over a new thought. Teeth slowly grind. All this mastication almost made me blind. It's here, it's clear. It hits like lemon zest. A cucumber coolness washes away bitterness. Tear up those cards, grind them to pulp. Gulp down fear with a sip of peppermint tea. Switch on the internet. Pull up my trousers. Stepping out of the poem, are you as into cool rhymes as you are metaphors? Best rhyme you've ever heard. Right, I'm going to look at you. I want a reaction from you. Really good rhyme. Okay, ready? I'll do that bit again. Back in the poem. Switch on the internet. Pull up my trousers. Google vegan men. They are not all big girls' blouses. Blouses, trousers. Oh, I love you. You're fantastic. My goodness. I'm still going. Back in the poem. They're not all big girls' blouses, but I am. Yeah. Check that mirror. What a peachy fella. This pumpkin's turned into Cinderella. No feeble side salad. I am the main dish. I'm golden delish. Right to my core. Olive skin full of beans. Come out and proud. Show those porkers I've got nuts. Why would I want to be part of that cold, carnivorous crowd? I mean, real men or chickens gouging gravy pie. The truth like onions would make most those lily-livered boys cry. They are as macho as nachos. Strong, virile, quick. How many of those real men can break the neck of a little boy chick? Or take a calf away from his mother? Or clip out a piglet's teeth? Are many men like icebergs too, their truth hidden beneath? Overcome conditioning, there's an inner voice. I think it's normal to be caring. Don't think compassion's a choice, think it's part of who I am. Like love, sex, skin. This one small step took me so far. Swap foie gras for Mardi Gras. My new taste buddies cheer, hurrah, let the party in. Want the world to know, gotta let it show. I'm coming, pop my cherry. Dance and shout. Yes, I am vegan. I have come out.
Nearly as fabulous as the gay sex app grinder. You're so cool. I'd make any one of you here today my partner, forsaking all others for 20 minutes. It's great. So I write quite a bit about veganism. I promised you limericks. Do we all know what limericks are? Kind of Irish form 5-line poetry. So just 5 lines, really strict syllabic metre. I'm a big fan of form, not all slam poets are. I love them. Going to do 2 limericks about veganism back to back. The first one, you need to know that Slough is the name of a not particularly nice place in England. So just define that word, Slough. And the second limerick ends with a joke. Now, I'd love it if my joke made you all throw back your heads with laughter and gay abandon, but at the very least, I demand an eye roll and a groan. So here's my 2 limericks. They go like this.
A vegan called Jessie from Slough tried hard to avoid any row, but folk gave her grief, said, don't you miss beef? She said, not as much as the cow. A vegan called Dom came round here, said, please, do not call me a queer. I just love chickpeas and tahini, so please. I'm a homosexual, my dear. Oh, yes. Woo.
Tell you who's popular in England? The right wing. They're on the rise. I'm not a fan of the right wing. No, not at all. When I was at school, I was born in London, but before moving to Manchester, where I now reside, I grew up in rural Wales, and I felt the weirdest kid in school, outed as the only out homosexual in an entirely white, entirely identifying as normal. Oh, I felt the weirdest kid, and I was bullied incredibly. And then, as an adult, moving to a marvellously multicultural, ethnically diverse, queer city, I feel the privilege of how I am a cisgender man, and I benefit a lot. My career has benefited a lot from that privilege. I don't feel the weirdest one anymore, and I think that with the increasing acceptance of a certain kind of homosexual, that's a common feeling in the UK. Gay men can now get married, they often have mortgages and more feta cheese than any middle-class chap could ever know what to do with, and they never felt discrimination. So there are many gay men in England currently who do not give a flying fuck about the vulnerable or the oppressed, and that's quite common across Europe. In France, the really super right-wing government, they nearly were elected. They were really popular amongst the young gay men, a party who actively sought against gay rights, but there are so many gay men who just feel so invulnerable, and it's ace that people aren't feeling as much discrimination. But when it leads to this, it gets me really terrified. We've got a general election coming up in the UK, and I'm genuinely frightened for the results of it, genuinely frightened for the party who would cut funding to essential health services, our national health services, our mental health support groups. I'm terrified by them. I've written a poem in which I reword some of our right-wing parties' policies, because their central thing is that if anything bad happens to you, it's your fault for being lazy and not working hard enough. Because if you work hard in life, it's impossible for anything bad to happen to you. This poem is the Conservative Party talking to you. It's about hard-working families.
You will never clean toilets for cash. You're someone who will never need charity. You'll never get spots or a rash, for you're in a hard-working family. You'll never get cramp or chlamydia. You are an icon of normality. Your child can't have spina bifida, for you're in a hard-working family. You'll never need badgers or foxes. Your healthcare is just a formality. You'll never sleep in cardboard boxes, for you're in a hard-working family. A loved one cannot tell you lies. Your grandma will not lose her sanity. You're safe while the sea levels rise, for you're in a hard-working family. Our leaders will cleanse all the mess when rioting leads to fatality, but you'll never get robbed or depressed, for you're in a hard-working family. You can't break an arm or a sweat or face any kind of calamity. You feel no harm or regret. You're in a hard-working family.
Jack and Ben are men who are locked behind a toilet door. Jack is fucking Ben's arse. The air is hot and smells of vomit. Ben knows Jack owns every Björk CD, even the remix ones. Yes, even the shit remix ones. Ben's shit is on Jack's legs and inside Jack's boxer shorts. Ben thinks, don't stop, never be lonely. The sound of half a phone call can be heard outside. Another man explaining to someone else he needs it Thursday, not Friday. No, it must be Thursday. No, you don't understand. Thursday, you're not listening. Thursday, fuck. Ben thinks, don't stop, great pain. Jack doesn't know Ben's name. Jack adores the taste of his own sweat. Yes, he licks his upper lip. Yes, he wishes someone was filming him now. X-Tube, this is love. Yes, this could go viral. Tom is alone, locked behind a toilet door. It's 9 days until Tom's 14th birthday. The air smells of bleach. Never be lonely. Someone's boot kicks the outside of the toilet door. Thump, come out queer, fucking queer. I'm gonna get you, fucking queer, fucking queer. Fuck you, queer, fuck you. Tom does not know if he is gay. Tom knows this is fear will never leave. He will die. Tom knows there will never be a day when he won't be a man locked behind some toilet door. Thump, come out, fucking queer. Tom can't cry. William is locked behind a toilet door. They made him play as the fat guy in Mortal Kombat X. Nobody likes the fat guy in Mortal Kombat X. Wants to be Thunder God, would settle for a ninja, but they made him play as the fat guy in Mortal Kombat X. Fat guy spits fat balls of puke. Use fingers, William. Special moves, William. Quarter circle, down throat, down, left, right. Purge. William no longer chokes on chunks. Will often use a toothbrush. Today it's only fingers. It's almost like thin lightning bolts. Splat, pattern, porcelain, milkshake, waffle, scrambled eggs. Splat, splat, splat. One day he will be God of thunder and never be lonely. Don't tell mum, 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 don't tell mum.
Dan is a man locked behind a toilet door, yes. Cocaine-caped nostrils, yes. Dan's atoms are sexy dancing, high kicks, yes. Dan's mum wouldn't know a sexy atom, not if she saw one do the splits. Dan's friend outside, I'll be okay in a minute, mate. I'll be okay in a minute, mate. Fuck off, mate. Dan's atoms are vibrating, exploding, shaking their groove things. What kind of lame-ass atoms do you have anyway, mate? There are disco atoms in Dan's dick. There are disco atoms in Dan's fist. There are tingling, sharp atoms in Dan's disco nose. Never be lonely. Dan knows it is not on top of Tibetan mountains. Nirvana is here. Dan unlocks his toilet door, steps outside, and Dan can breathe. Fuck, Dan can breathe.
I want to love you, but not in this world. Want our lives to entangle and plans to unfurl, but away from a space where normality is hurled in our faces. We're told our place. But I know I'm too weird for this world. I need Minecraft, build our own thrills. We'll fulfill what we might have if we're just allowed to be proud, where we find our delights in the sprites we embrace. Laugh at my pixeled eyes or my square feet. Open this chest, take my heart if you'll meet on the map I've made for you. It's only complete when you're here. I think you're ace. I'm here because I think you're ace. I'm here because I think you're ace. I think you're ace. You should know you're the greatest. Don't turn off my game, don't put my life on stasis. These mountains and caves I've made are the basis of somewhere for you to see me. If you see me, I'll build your dreams, make a forest of cake full of fizzy pop streams. Have my last potion, you know what that means. I'm whoever you want me to be. I'll find the best armor, protect you from trouble. Dig for your gold if you'll hand me the shovel. Look, I'll be Alex if you hate Steve Stubble. Whatever you want, I'll agree. Whatever you want, I'll agree. Whatever you want, I'll agree. If you don't leave, I know, I'm strange. Whatever you don't like about me, I'll change in this block world of Minecraft. I'll rearrange anything you don't like if you'll stay. I'll build a new face if you'll stay in my game. Build a new world if you think this map's lame. Whatever you like, I'll like the same. Give the command, I'll obey. My love keeps shining like diamonds of blue in a world full of lies. All this made up one do. Let's invent a reality, make it come true. Just promise you won't go away. Promise. Thank you very much. I've set out today to share a selection of poems. Not all of them are what I would call slam poems. If you don't know what slam is, it's poetry for sport, very competitive, often quite aggressive form of poetry telling, where maybe a delicate poem about your relationship with your grandfather is less likely to win. Slams are awesome, but they're not the only fruit. I love the fact that I'm a full-time professional poet. I wish I could take a film of me now, here in front of all you strangers on literally the other side of the world, and take that film back through time and show young Dominic, you know what, this is what you're going to be doing. Because young Dominic was miserable and never thought in a million years that I'd have the chance to do this, something for which I'm incredibly grateful. There's two more sets of poetry in this bit. There's a little set about India and then a final set about something else. Now, I get to tour all over the world. My poetry as a kid, my family were really poor. We never went anywhere on holiday, certainly never overseas, and it's only through competitions that I've had the opportunity to do so. Can I ask you, please, all of you, put your hand up if you've ever entered any kind of competition, like maybe a writing competition, maybe a sports competition. Great. Keep your hand up really high if you've ever lost a competition. Yeah, nice. Well done, honest, all you, hands down. When I first started entering poetry competitions, I didn't win any. And I felt fucking pissed off. But I'm so glad I kept on trying, I'm so glad. Because, if you forget everything I say today apart from one thing, you've got to keep on trying, haven't you? You've got to keep on trying, because there's people out there who make our lives so difficult, who would stamp all over our dreams, and we've got to keep hold of them. We've got to keep hold of them, because if we lose them, then we've got no chance. I had the great fortune of performing poetry in India. I didn't want to be that guy who was like, oh, you must hear my India poems. But you must hear my India poems. I'm going to do 4 back to back, and yeah. I'll read the little intro before I do the 4 poems. So I sadly don't have, I've been on tour, I've sold all of these books about the India one, but I do have an ample amount of Kevin Costner's Bottom with me. So if you want to buy Kevin Costner's Bottom, it's a mere $10. You come up and I can put my signature on his cheek for you. So here's some India stuff. Here we are, introduction. So on 2nd of July 2009, the Delhi High Court made a move towards legalising homosexuality in India. On 11th of December 2013, the Supreme Court of India overturned that ruling. Indian gays are currently living illegally. I spent much of my time in India performing with children my silly poems about monsters and magic. I was told that many of these children had never had the opportunity to learn how to play. No one in India would ever call me gay. It would be too big of an insult. Ranthambore. Bones of a recently killed stag lie outside my room. Locals tease my queasy hunt across the forest for toilet tissue. After 3 days, I discover a way you can make this toilet spray clean water up your butt, feel rimmed by a dozen tongues. After 9 days, I discover there's different settings on this spray. 12 tongues, 100 tongues, 1,000 tongue rockets. Instructions for meeting a leopard alone. Stand motionless. Leopards hate sudden movements like fleeing for your life or jazz hands. But the thing is that jazz hands mean everything to a slam poet. They're far more important than any of our words. Leopards see spoken word art as an attack. Impressive tales of sexual prowess can't stop crunching bones. The track to Sawamadapur. Long-limbed man clambers into luggage rack, drops his head on my bag, smiles and snores. Seats full of men perched on other men's knees laugh on this 13-hour train journey. Sometimes the air conditioning works. Merry men talk, and I don't understand. A stranger opposite, removing his shoes, places his bare feet on my legs. The new prodigy is on my iPod Shuffle. There is no glass in my window. Outside, hundreds of men in fields shit, bent-kneed, squatting, flat feet on ground, wide-eyed, watching me, watching them. Penises and testicles dangle, dry heat and cracked mud. Communities come together, shit, and watch me pass. I I'm later told that the buckets I see contain river water. They shit, wash hands, empty bucket, and take it away. Milk the cow somewhere I won't see. Welcome to the family. The deer and monkeys raid the trash they find behind the boarding school. In burnt out fires, charcoal ash. The sun's so bright, the sky is full. Arbaz has carefully cut out this drawing from his toothpaste case. The dragon who can soar and shout is saved from joining kitchen waste. His friend Armpit and he collect the pictures offered by Colgate, a king, a castle, quite a set. These heroes spar until it's late. They share a dorm with 30 boys and dream of witches flying by to fight with knights. These cardboard toys have swords so sharp they'll slash the sky. Arbaz will share these games they'll play. What these two travellers have won, they'll never seem to be afraid. Their joy is bigger than the sun. Thank you very much. Oh, you're angels! Right, final set, three more poems. You're magnificent, I love you all. I'm going to take my top off because it's hot, it goes no further. We're in a university, Barry, behave. So, I'd like to perform a poem about poets. Now, something happened to me in 1994. It was a year where I chose to hang myself from a tree. I was being mercilessly bullied at school, something that only increased when news of my chosen activity that day spread around the secondary. I was found by a man who cut me down and took me to the headmaster, and the children were awful, but the teachers were really kind, especially my English teacher with whom I developed my passion for poetry. Now, our right-wing politicians see poetry and art in general as an extracurricular subject, an airy-fairy thing that doesn't matter, but poetry literally saved my life, discovering Leonard Cohen, discovering artists, being inspired to develop my own voice was integral. I've seen it happen with the children I had the fortune to work with in India. I see it in the children I work with across the UK. But I admire teachers so much for fighting to get art into subjects because our leaders don't encourage it. It's almost as if our leaders don't want the next generation to feel confident and able to express themselves. Almost as if. So I'm incredibly proud of being a poet. However, in England, there's a lot of poets who earn a great deal of money. Now, I'm not one of them. I'm really chuffed. This is my 10th year of being full-time freelance. Sometimes I get to share the stages with people who do earn a great deal of money, and sometimes I struggle to exist in that world, and this poem's going to be about that. Sometimes I look at these poets who earn so much money, and I think, good on you, you've worked so hard, and you really deserve everything you've achieved. Sometimes I look at them and I think, ooh, if I was making a list of the people who deserved a ton of money, you wouldn't be at the top. This is called I Hope This Poem Makes Me Lots of Money. The headline poet strides off stage to rapturous applause, having been paid for his 20-minute spoken word set when it would take me a month to earn, and I'm not jealous. The headline poet is excellent at getting poetry gigs, can run a workshop, balance a budget, is even invited to meetings, and that is the same as writing good poetry. The headline poet spent 20 minutes shouting about how delicate he is, detailing his history of receiving abuse and funding, and told us to check our privilege. Check your fucking privilege, you congregation of moronic arsewipes, and buy my book. The headline poet lets me share a taxi to a sterile hotel and shows me how to yell at an immigrant taxi driver who won't break the law by parking in an illegal space. I mean, for fuck's sake, we write haiku.
He lets me share a table at a restaurant and shows me how to loudly humiliate a minimum waged waiter because he wasn't quick enough delivering our curly fries. This is cold. Shout to that idiot, make him blush, make him piss his prissy pants. Call him girl, weak little girl. We got cold, curly fries. One day I'm going to kill the headline poet. One day I'm going to write a poem so heartfelt, so humble and so fucking brave, all the headline poets' bookings start to go to me. After all, isn't that the purpose of us sharing time together? One day I'll write a poem so benevolent, it will become the new dictionary definition of socialism, and I don't care how many talentless, ignorant, open mic cunts I need to stamp on so that my kind voice will be heard. One day funders are going to pay me for my kindness, what it would take you a year to earn, and you're going to thank me for it, while the headline poet lies forgotten, decomposing beneath a tomb of perfectly completed evaluation forms. And I'll never be lonely. No one has told me if this will feel lonely, but it can't be lonely, right? You do like me, right? Didn't you hear my poem? You have to agree, my poetry is kind. Thank you very much. Okay, two more poems for you, two more poems. So, I do struggle being part of that, but as I mentioned earlier, my penultimate poem is going to be my launch poem for announcing that I'm a Glastonbury poet in residence, and I genuinely wanted to write something that was like I've just slagged off the mean poets for doing. So, do we all know what Glastonbury is? No, okay. So it's this massive festival. It's like the size of a city. It's really a fantastic, glorious thing where charities come together and mixing in with the music. It's a really political place, and people kind of come for the music but get really politicised in a genuinely left-wing way. And I'm so honoured to have the chance to be part of that. So I went last year as a poet, booked to do poetry, and for this year to be the poet in residence, I'm overjoyed. So I wanted to write a poem about two people going to this festival and finding out what it can do, because this is the place that nurtures the energy that has the power to battle the right wing. This is called Glastonbury Mosh Pit. Do we use the word mosh pit over here? Yeah. Nice. It's 5 in the morning, and two people feel neck skin prickles under soft summer solstice sunrise deep in a Glastonbury mosh pit. As bass lines boom through thousands of bouncing feet searching for a place to stand, two people find love and peace. Keisha shares water with Kaz, spilling laughter. It is Keisha's first festival, so she carries enough smiles to inspire a nation, can repeat line-up times like children recite times tables, has drawn routes to stages on backs of hands like maps on pages of folklore fables. Grin soaked. Kaz drinks this water and decides, forget the office. Dancing is more important than any spreadsheet. Being with Keisha means more to Kaz than team-building workmates who knock down dreams. Kaz and Keisha met 5 minutes ago, and now their friendship is deeper than time. Here, they found exactly where they'll stand. From pitching tents to their first band, from raves to campaigns of goodwill, from folks'll chill to jokes that thrill, from sculptures of recycled steel, from juggled flames to healing fields, from Pilton Palais to the Glade, Oxfam, Greenpeace, Water Aid. An ancient magic in modern melody, Kaz and Keisha stand with the determination of dreamers. They know we can change the world. We will move forward with the force of a tidal ray. End line, make it good, don't slur your words. Forget that, Men in Black. Start that line again. They know we can change the world. We will move forward with the force of a tidal wave, like a 5 a.m. Glastonbury mosh pit. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, last poem! Last poem! What shall I do? What shall I do? The pressure. If I end up something shit, this is all you'll remember. You'll be like, fucking hell, remember that awful last poem that guy from England did? Right, so I'll give you a choice. And I was going to choose myself, but I genuinely don't know. For the big finale, right, let's check what time it is. The big finale, you've got two options. Right. I do poetry for kids. Don't want any of you to feel patronised, but if you lose your inner child, fuck, the right wing have won. So, I could do a silly poem for kids. That would be a nice way, a happy way. Or I could do an empowering poem about mental wellness, because I believe so. I get a lot of bookings through agencies to help people. Suicide is such a issue worldwide. Mental illness is the biggest reason for absence from work in the UK, and yet it's the biggest reason, stress and depression, biggest reason, and yet it's taboo. Someone breaks their arm, you can see that, everyone believes, no one goes, I don't really believe you've broken your arm, but in England, if you admit to mental illness, there's such stigma, and it's a constant battle that I feel poetry can help win. So, anthemic mental wellness poem or happy silly kids poem, have a think about that and give a cheer for the one you want. Okay, if you want anthemic mental wellness poem, cheer now. Okay. Your silly kids poem, cheer now. Oh, I don't know, Karen, which one? Okay, I'll do both. Nice. Okay. I will not treat a friend like an iPod. You see, an iPod is just a thing which is made to break, to use until it doesn't work anymore. Then you throw it away, knowing your money can get you a better one, the latest one, ready for temporary adoration. Well, I will not be told that a friend with depression should be thrown away, or that a happy person is a better person. You can sing me all your tracks, not just the cheesy pop which you think will make me smile. Give me your difficult second album, the one with all the distorted guitar feedback and 7-minute jazz piano solos. Sometimes what many dismiss as obscure, clunky B-sides give deeper meanings that last and are too precious to delete from any library. An iPod is made to break, but Leonard Cohen sang, "There is a crack in everything." That's how the light gets in. Well, you're my Leonard Cohen. And you are my Justin Bieber. We are weird. Wailing, Kate Bush, Waking the Witch. We are live, bootleg Marvin Gaye's final concert 1983. And I know we will always be Chemical Brothers, Scissor Sisters, Sister Sledge. We are family, and I know we could always be. An iPod's a thing that's made to break, but all of us, we're built to sing. Thank you very much. Greatest thing, other than visits from UK poets. What's the best thing in the world? I am, yeah, I'm going to come back to you. Someone raise your hand if you tell me your favourite thing ever. If you could choose just one thing. At the back there, what is your favourite thing ever? My poodle. Your poodle. Great, your poodle. What's your poodle's name? Josephine Lala. Well, that's too long to scan, so we'll just say your poodle. Whatever you say is going to go in my final rhyming poem. Whatever you say, I'm going to I'm going to leave you till the end. What I think is the ultimate best thing. So we've got a poodle, we've got Sam, let's have something in the middle. Someone else, best thing ever. Sorry? Risotto. Yeah, nice. Great, risotto. What's your name, mate? Sorry? Chris. Chris's risotto. Right, one more thing. Sorry? Sleep, okay. When I say make it, this is my kids' poem, my final poem. Thank you so much. Look on my website, dominicberry.net. Thank you, Karen. Can we give Karen a round of applause? Yeah, Karen. Woo. Come up and buy a zine off me. They're only $10. If you don't want to buy a zine, but you want to come up and say, oh, Dom, nice one. I love that. Please do, because I like it when people tell me I'm good. It's my final poem. When I say make it, could you say nice? Make it! Nice! Make it! Nice! Nice as a big pizza slice. Nice as ice cream. Say it twice. Make it! Nice! Make it! Nice! I want to make some pictures. I think I'll do a doodle. Almost as awesome as that lady's poodle. I'm gonna feel rich like I won the lotto. I'm gonna feel rich like I'm eating Chris's risotto. Make it! Nice! Make it! Nice! Nice as a big pizza slice. Nice as ice cream. Say it twice. Make it! Nice! Make it! Nice! I want an awesome feeling so I will never weep. I want to feel brilliant like I'm getting lots of... Yeah! Of course I am a vegan. I won't feel great with ham. But the greatest times of all will be with my best mate called... Make it! Make it! Nice as a big pizza slice. Nice as ice cream. Say it thrice. Make it! Nice! Make it! Nice! This is the last word of the show, so let's make it so loud it rocks the roof. Make it! Nice! I've been Dominic Berry, thank you very much! Yeah! Thank you, Lou Content! Cheers, Lou! Thank you, Massey University! Woo! Have a beautiful day, you beautiful, beautiful people. Come and buy things off me or just gently massage my ego.